Welcome to Rockome Garden Foods in the heart of Illinois' Amish country. Rockome Garden Foods is located at Rockome Gardens 5 miles west of Arcola off of Interstate 57 at exit 203. Rockome Garden Foods has the area's only cheese factory, making cheese using grass-fed Jersey cow's milk coming from a local Amish farm located in rural Arthur, Illinois. These cows are strictly grass-fed, which means no grain is fed. From the spring through the fall, you will see these cows grazing out on pasture. In winter, the cows are fed high-quality grass, hay, and haylage. The Amish farm is Grade A inspected by the state of Illinois. Milk is picked up with a special hauling tank. The Rockome Cheese Factory picks up their own milk from the farm. We personally know our producer. We will take you on a tour and show you the process of making cheese from the time we pick up the milk until the cheese is ready to be purchased. At the farm, the milk is stored in a bulk tank and kept cool. Milk is then pumped from the tank in the milk house to the hauling tank. The milk is then taken from the farm to Rockome Cheese Factory, which is about 5 miles from the farm. The hauling tank then becomes the storage tank. Now, take a look inside of our cheese processing room, which is also inspected by the state of Illinois. This room is climate controlled. When our cheesemaker enters the room, he washes his hands with antibacterial soap and water. Hairnets and sanitary practices are strictly enforced. Milk is pumped from the storage tank to the cheese-making vat. Every batch of milk is tested to make sure it is free from antibiotics. We also periodically send milk to an off-site lab for additional testing for somatic cell count and bacteria counts. Our cheese is made from full cream grass-fed Jersey cow's milk. This milk has a more balanced omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. It is up to 5 times higher CLAs, which are believed to fight cancer. In this video, we are making raw milk cheddar cheese. The milk is heated to 90 degrees to start cheese making. This product is never heated above 102 degrees. For pasteurized milk cheese, it is heated to 145 and held at that temperature for 30 minutes. After the desired temperature is reached, the cultures are added. The cultures and the process is what gives each cheese its unique flavor. Different kinds of cheeses have their own unique cultures and make processes. 35 minutes after cultures, calcium chloride is added. This helps cheddar the cheese. Next, rennet is added. Rennet is what makes the milk coagulate. This process takes approximately 30 minutes. After the milk reaches a jelly-like consistency, or coagulates, it is then cut using an instrument called a cheese harp. It is just what it sounds like, an instrument with fine strings. There are 2 types of cheese harps. The fine strings on one harp are vertical, and on the other harp, the fine strings are horizontal. The horizontal stringed harp is used to cut from front to back. The vertical stringed harp is used to cut from side to side. This will cut the cheese into 3/8 inch cubes, called cheese curds. After the cheese is cut, the paddles are inserted and the curds are stirred. This process of separating the curds from the whey. Meanwhile, the temperature is raised from 90 degrees to 102 degrees. Paddles are removed to let the curds settle to the bottom of the vat. The curds are pushed back from the drain outlet with a curd rake in preparation to drain the whey. A perforated drain tube is installed over the drain opening to keep curds from being pumped out with the whey. The valve is open and the whey is pumped out. We use some whey to make ricotta cheese. We have a local farmer who brings a tank and collects the extra whey to feed to his pigs. Whey is high in protein and whey-fed pork is a much sought-after meat. As the whey is being pumped out, you start to see the curds appearing at the bottom of the vat. The curds at the bottom of the vat start to bond together. They are cut into blocks with a knife and rotated 5 times, once every 10 minutes. This allows the whey to continue to drain and lets the cheese continue to cheddar. After the blocks are set, they are run through a curd mill. The curd mill is a machine that forces the cheese blocks through a grid knife, cutting it into half-inch squares. At this point, no salt has been added. By cutting it into curds, it assures that the salt, when added, will be distributed and flavored evenly. There is nothing better than fresh cheese curds. Cheese curds are salted, flavored, and sold right out of the vat every Friday afternoon. We use our own recipes for the flavored cheese curds. The flavors are regular cheddar curds, jalapeno flavored curds, sour cream and onion flavored curds. These cheese curds are so fresh that they squeak when you eat them. We use a high-grade salt, and it is added in 3 applications. This ensures that the salt to be mixed thoroughly through the cheese, and also that the salt does not diminish with the whey runoff. Fresh flavored curds are made from pasteurized milk and put into vac bags and are ready to be purchased. The rest of the curds are put into cheese boxes and stacked on our cheese press to be pressed into 20-pound blocks. It takes about 10 pounds of milk to make 1 pound of cheese. Our vat capacity is 2,000 pounds, so we should have about 200 pounds of cheese. The boxes stay in the press at least 12 hours. After taking the cheese out of the press, our cheese made with pasteurized milk is cut into smaller sized packages and vacuum packed and available for purchase. This process of vacuum sealing keeps the cheese fresh. The machine removes the air, then heat seals it. After breaking the seal, cheese should be eaten within 10 days. Remember, we do all that we can to ensure that cheese will be fresh when you open it. Some things get better with age. Our cheeses are an example of that. Our aging cheeses are stored in a climate-controlled aging room where time brings out flavor. State regulation requires us to age all raw milk cheeses 60 days before it can be sold. Some of the cheese we make are Swiss, cheddar, Colby, Havarti, Gouda, and ricotta. We provide samples to those who want to taste our cheese. From the farm to your home, quality is always important at Rockome Garden Foods.